Well, hello and welcome to another travel segment. Last year was a very good year for international tourism, according to the latest report from the United Nations World Tourism Organization. In 2018, there were 1.4 billion international tourist arrivals, a figure the UNWTO didn't expect global tourism to hit until 2020. Tourism to the Middle East and Africa grew above the 6% world average year over year, with 10% increase in the Middle East and a 7% jump in Africa. Asia and the Pacific and Europe both grew by 6%. That brings me to today's topic. Forget the Loire Valley and Eiffel Tower. By 2030, the Yellow Mountains and Shanghai Tower will be the top in global travel bucket lists as China leapfrogs France to become the world's top tourist destination. And more Chinese will be traveling overseas in the coming decade than any other nationalities as household incomes rise, according to Euromonitor. One may ask, what is a buzz with China? Let us delve on the latest. For the first time in 94 years, Beijing's Palace Museum, commonly known as the Forbidden City, opened its doors to the public after dark and with spectacular results. While the special event that took place on Tuesday and Wednesday forms part of Beijing's Lantern Festival celebration, which marks the end of the Lunar New Year. 6,000 tickets for the two-night event were sold out within hours of the launch. But most of China's 1.3 billion people would have had to settle for watching the show on television or from a hill in the park behind the complex. For the lucky ones who attended the event, they could not hide their excitement. Take a look.
I feel it's very meaningful as today is the Lantern Festival and the Forbidden City will open for the first time at night, which has never happened before. We used to walk past the Forbidden City at night all the time and everything was dark, so we could not see anything. My mother told me this is the first time the Forbidden City will open at night, and I guess it will take a long time to wait for its next opening. However, I will definitely come again next time because I didn't see enough this time.
The Forbidden City was the home of the emperors of the Ming and Qing dynasties between 1420 and 1912 when China's last emperor abdicated. It was converted into the Palace Museum in 1925 and named a UNESCO World Heritage Site in the 1980s. It is one of China's most popular attractions and a must-see on most tourist lists. Now, the Palace Museum is now on a campaign to attract even more visitors, with curator Shang Jinsang saying he wanted to make traditional Chinese culture more accessible to the general public. Meanwhile, the giant Asian nation is witnessing evident growth in cultural tourism. Analysts say the growing popularity in cultural tourism is associated with a change of mindset. Furthermore, according to data from the Chinese Tourism Academy, the country's tourism industry saw robust growth in both revenue and the number of visitors during the week-long Spring Festival. And also to add on that, China recorded a total of
families to metropolis like Beijing, Shanghai and Shenzhen, original sub-centers to celebrate the Spring Festival together. It is an evident phenomenon this year. When people arrive at a place, their pace will slow down and they will start to experience the local culture and customs in an in-depth way and pay more attention.
To add on what the analyst said, China recorded a total of 459 million trips made by tourists and grossed more than $70 billion in tourism revenue between February 4 to 10. That is just a couple of days. Spring Festival is the biggest holiday in the Chinese world, although people celebrate it in different ways and have their judgments on the Spring Festival Gala. Watching it on the New Year's Eve has become part of celebrations for Chinese people around the world. Before I leave you, here's a few fun facts about China. Well, the Chinese New Year celebration lasts for 15 days. In China, every year is represented by one of 12 animals. Hong Kong has more skyscrapers than any other city in the world. And also, half of all pigs on earth live on China. Chinese brides often wear red, a color considered to be lucky. That's just a few pointers of fun facts that I had to give you. Well, I have to leave it there today. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Have a good one.